Even with no skirts, no turbos and no active suspension, a modern Formula One car can generate enough speed and downforce to easily overcome its own weight. It could race on the roof of a tunnel with ease.
The restrictiveness of the rules does force one to be ever more creative. It does drive you to think of every single way you can think of to find a legal loophole in the regulation which you can exploit and make your car quicker. And if it's permitted, everyone else will charge with the same gap as well. So you have to think of something else, and that's part of the fun.
The minute a racing car hits the road, the designer of that car, the man whose signature's at the bottom, will be thinking like an artist. I want to get on with the next painting or the next car because I know this isn't right or that isn't right, and if we can get the engine supplier to do this, then I know I can do that. So it's just constant change all the time.
And if a car that can defeat gravity is the result, it isn't surprising. The source for most of the technology is aircraft.
Think of aerospace. Aerospace is about aerodynamics. It's also about being very creative about materials. Making it as light as possible, making it as strong as possible, making it operate in extreme conditions. That's nothing to do with road car manufacture, really. Likewise, motor racing is exactly like that. You know, how can you make that car as light as possible? As light as possible. And how can you make that suspension at the same time as strong as possible? Hence the whole use of carbon fibre and so on. So those kind of skills around materials, around aerodynamics, is an example of how the industries interact.
There are some requirements for a Formula One car that are common with, say, a high-performance fighter aircraft. You want very lightweight, high level of structural integrity within a small volume, a very high engine power and systems packed within this very small space, very high aerodynamic performance, very high aerodynamic efficiency. All these things tend to lead to the design thinking having certain common aspects between the two, and in truth some of the materials employed, whether they were, say, aluminium alloys or titaniums, and some of the bonding and joining techniques, and more recently within the last 20 years composites a lot to increase structural integrity, reduce weight.
This is nothing new. Racing car design has always stolen ideas from aircraft. And sometimes aircraft have secretly stolen from cars.